Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 2025 VRC Dirt Oval World Championship here for 10 Scale Stadium Trucks. I'm Mike Garrison to bring you all the action. Here is your top 10
5,
drivers
4,
after
3.
qualifying. The grid is set, looking for the tone to sound, and we're off and underway here in this one. As we're working our way, trouble early on there. I believe that was Navati catching the inside fence there, coming out of turn 4, dropping all the way to the back of the pack. Indeed, it was Andrea Navati. He started up front here in this one in that number 2 spot. He's got some work cut out for him now. Gilbert Cognon going to be out front leading the way here. Yuri Bauer in the number 2 spot. Simon H in the 3 spot. Tobias Lindgren in that number 4 spot. Oh, trouble there for Yuri now. Yuri making a mistake there coming out of turn 2 as he catches that big front left monster tire on the inside fence. Spins himself around there. Has to do a complete 360 back onto the racetrack. He drops back there along with Andrea Navati. Here's Simon H working his way down the backstretch here. In the number 3 spot, a fantastic start to this race for him. Battle out with Tobias Lindgren. Simon to the inside now. Simon up into the number 2 spot. Tobias dropping to the number 3 spot. Tobias takes it back though, coming out of turn 4. Down the front stretch, they go into 1. Back out of 2 now. Simon going to try and get the drive down the backstretch into 3. Into the chase cam we go. This is a 10-minute race here for these drivers. Back into turn 1, Simon to the inside. He's going to make the move. Tobias not going to be quite close enough to make it back. Tobias, though, outpowers him coming out of turn 4. Back down the back stretch they go. Tobias Lindgren back up into the number 2 spot here. He's going to be 2.2 seconds back from your race leader, Simon H. 1/10 of a second. Oh, Tobias! Hang on to it there, Tobias Lindgren. Getting wild on the backstretch. Simon H. going to take over the number 2 spot once again. Tobias dropping back to the number 3 spot. Andrea Navati, after a terrible start, works his way back up to the number 4 spot here. Yuri Power going to be, trouble there in between 1 and 2. Gilbert Cognon out front leading the way here with a 3-second lead. Only 2 minutes into this race right now. Cognon trying to make quick work of the competition. Still a lot of racing left to go though. As Cognon working his way back around here, down the front stretch into turn 1, coming out of turn 2. Simon H. going to be 3.5 seconds back to the number 2 spot. Yuri Bauer now going to be up in the 3 spot. Navati in the 4. Nutty Fox in the 5. Tobias Lindgren dropping his way back to the number 6 spot. Joseph Keeper in that 7 spot. 2:35 into this one. Your race leader, his fast lap early on an 8.9. Here is Bauer once again. Yuri was up front, battling up front early on before he made that mistake there coming out of turn 2. As he comes back around here, coming out of turn 3 into 4, down the front stretch, there's Andrea Navati in the number 4 spot. Chasing down Simon. Oh, Simon, where are you going? Simon into the back wall there. Disappears. That's going to allow Navati now up to the number 3 spot. Simon drops clear back to the number 5 spot. Nutty Fox in the mix here. And there you see Yuri Bauer trying to put a lap there. Take a look here at the slow motion replay. As they come back around here is Simon H. as he comes out of turn 4. Down the front stretch he goes here in the number 5 spot. 330 into this one. Oh, big mistake on the backstretch. Once again there, I believe that was Simon H. again. Hang on to it, Simon. Nutty Fox in that number 4 spot. His fast lap going to be a 9.091. Your late race leader, Gilbert Cognon. Out front, his fast lap an 8.9. There's Mark Yulm in that number 7 spot. He qualified 7th. He is running 7th right now here in this one. Just ahead of Mike Hedich in the number 8 spot, chasing down Joseph Keeper. As they're working their way back around here, 4:15 into this one. Again, a 10-minute race here. Keaveney trying to hold off Mark here. Mark trying to dive to the inside, coming into 3 out of 4. Now down the front stretch they go. Mark taking that tight inside line. Joseph looking for the outside line, trying to carry his speed. Here is Tobias Lindgren dropping his way back in the 8th spot. Time shift. We are now 7:30 into this one. Andrea Navati in the number 3 spot here. That is going to be your race leader just ahead of him there, Guillermo Cognon. They are a lap apart here in this one. Oh, trouble there for Simon H. In between turn 1 and 2. Simon catching that inside fencing, doing a double McTwisty. Gets it back on once again, though. Simon with 8 minutes down, 2 to go in this one. He is sitting in the number 4 spot. Nutty Fox in that number 5 spot. Fox going to be 1.6 seconds back from Simon H. for that number 4 spot. Navani in the number 3 spot. Gebauer in the number 2 spot. Cognon still out front, leading the way here in this one. There's Mark Hulme as we come into turn 1. Ooh, up against the fence there. And these stadium trucks have some monstrous tires. Get those up against that outside banner, that inside fencing, and it is game over here for these guys. 8, ooh, oh boy. Into the VRC banner he goes. What a save. Here comes Tobias Lindgren. Tobias in that pink truck, yellow wheels. Minute 10 to go here. Guillermo Cognon, we have not spoke about him much here in this race. He got out firmly early on, and he is looking for a possible world championship win here in our stadium truck class. Yuri Gebauer in the number 2 spot. Navani in the 3 spot. As they're working their way back around here, here's Lindgren, a little slow-mo action. Onto the front stretch they go here. Lindgren onto the back stretch now. Cognon now only out to a 2.9 second lead. Joseph Keaveney in that number 8 spot here, 9:27 into this one. 9:30 now, 30 seconds to go. Here is your race leader, 2.7 seconds ahead of Yuri Gebauer in the number 2 spot. Nevada in 3rd. Simon H in 4th. Nutty Fox in 5th. Out of turn 4, back down the front stretch he goes into turn 1. His fast lap at 8.974. 8 seconds left on the clock here. 2.3 seconds separates him in 1st and 2nd. And he's going to get one more. Time has expired. Into turn 1, out of turn 2. And he's done it. Your world champion, Guillermo Cognon, taking this one. Yuri Gebauer in the number 2 spot. Andrea Navani going to be rounding out your top 3. Simon H. and Nutty Fox rounding out the top 5. Congratulations to all of our drivers in this one. Cognon, the French driver, taking the number 1 spot. Gebauer 2nd and Navani 3rd.